Hi, Shane here at Longland 67. So I'm just doing a bit of work on the Tamiya 1/76 scale King Tiger for my God, I'm not losing my train of thought, for my for my Russell Gosselin's D-Day group build. So I think it's about time when I give the Tiger a bit of love. So I'm going to make some basic mount. So what I have here is I just have some plastic strip from Plastruck. Never used these before. They're pretty much the same as oh my god, what are they called? Evergreen. So I got some strip in 0.3 millimeter by 0.8. 0.3 by 0.1 or 0.3 by 1 mil, and then some rod which is half a mil diameter. So this should allow me to make at least some of the tool joints. I'm not going to go too crazy. I'm not adding the toe cables just because I don't have any wire of the correct diameter for the scale. So we can just say that it's they're in their assembly area, and then the area fit them up, so they're just trying to disperse before the Typhoons have a field day with them. And speaking of the Typhoon's fuselage halves are together, so I'll be working on that at the same time. So for reference material, I have nothing really for the Tiger, so I'm actually going to be using just the painting called out to get an idea where I position things and a larger scale model I have. So I'll kind of be doing this a little bit by eye. Okay, so first things first, I'm just going to get cracking on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since this is going to be kind of trial and error, I'm going to actually kind of cut and then come back to it when I have the work done. So this will probably be a few seconds for you, and it'll probably be about 10-15 minutes for me. So we'll see where I get. So it's 10 to 11 at night now, so we see where we land up. I'm not going to be going on too late tonight with this. So okay, see you in a few minutes. Welcome back. Yeah, I did say I was going to try to scratch build the tool mounts. It drove me up the wall, and I'm just going to leave them off. I have a few tools that I managed to salvage. I've already base coated the Tiger. I just can't. It's too small for me. I can't make it work. It's just too fiddly, and it's meant to be fun, and trying to scratch build in that scale is not. So that's just the way it's going to be, gents. So sorry about that, but you know, the main objective for this build was to see, because I put the simmers on it, not the tool mounts, and I'm not really trying to super detail the model. It's more actually kind of trying to tell a story of how a lot of these Tiger 2s met their end, or King Tigers, and the cruise inside them. So I'm just working on the running gear now. So as you can see, it's just a single sprue, nothing too crazy. A little bit of flash, but nothing too crazy. Just run your hobby blade over it very gently, and it's off. You're not going to see much here anyway. There is some flashing inside the wheel mounts, as in inside the drainage channels and the sprockets, which is, oh god, that's actually really molded in. That's going to be a bit of a bitch to clean up. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, so there we go. It's not too big a deal. Almost stabbed myself with my hand with my blade. So yeah, what's going on? Well, the Battle of Haviva, that is nearly done. Just have to mount I just need to mount the gun, the crew onto the model, and paint up the ammunition, and I'm calling that model done. So that'll be my ISM Rain of Steel group build. I was just watching I was just watching Carlos Mendes' really nice update video where he's doing a steel group build. Beautiful. The grasshopper, he did a fabulous job. I've never seen weathering like that. Like, he makes it look so easy. I think he's one of the best weather. He is the best weathering model maker we have. Like, absolute fabulous model maker, and a real nice chap as well, you know. So that looks great. I was just watching Panzermeister 36's video when he's doing his unboxing of his BT7 Russian tank that Tactical Jackalope and Cone sent out to him, which that's awesome. I mean, we have such a cool community that'll do that for each other, like, you know. So best luck building that, buddy. That's going to be some cool build. So what I'm at now at the moment is I'm just going to remove these from the sprues, clean them up, and we'll be back when these are ready to be sprayed. And then it'll be on to the Typhoon. The reason why I'm kind of trying to hit the accelerator with this is this has been sitting around too long, and I'm worried. I kind of want to clear this so I can either build another D-Day entry for this group build, or I can move on to my Brumbar. I really want to build that now, or my other Panzer 1. So I've also been talking to a person who I'm going to be painting up a model for them. Just sent them out a teaser from the concept art of which the piece is kind of inspired by, so they seem to like it, which is great. So I'm going to be trying my best to do as much justice for that for them, because they're sending me out something in return from their own art discipline, which is absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. That's so cool. Amazing person. So that's where I'm at. So I'm just going to pause this, continue cutting out these, and we'll be back when these are mounted ready for spraying. Okay? So see you in a second. Alright, welcome back. Sorry, I was watching Panzerman builds. Desert Storm group build entry video. Oh god, that guy cracks me up. I think he's just after insulting half the Arab world, but it's okay, Bill. We love you too much to take any offence. Anyway, so I got the wheels cut out. I'm currently cleaning them up. It is a slow process. As you can see, there are a lot of wheels. It's one of the reasons why the German tanks were so difficult to maintain in the field, was because of the amount of wheels. If they had, by overlapping their wheels, the wheels, like as you see in this big version of a Tiger, you can see the way the wheels overlap. It's all full of dust, which is shameful, but these things do happen. The reason for that was that it was meant to give, that was done in mind solely for gunnery, to give the tank the most stable platform for which the gun could fire on, to increase accuracy, and that's what made it possible. Well, having an 88mm gun made it possible too, to engage targets like 1500 yards out easily. So everything was kind of optimized to make sure the gun got the round where it needed to be in the most efficient and accurate manner possible. But what I didn't take into account was that if something obstructed one of the rear interface wheels, if you will, it could take a couple of hours, if not a couple of days, to switch out wheels. Or a lot of times, I know especially with the Panther, and I imagine that the torsion system in the Tiger tanks is no different, that you'd actually have to go in, remove the tires, remove the upper plates, remove the decks, take out the engine, take out everything, transmission, the bloody works, and start taking out torsion bars to realign them. So that could take many days. So a vehicle could be out of action for 3-4 days, if not a week, depending on how complex the problem was. So the Germans became kind of victims of their own engineering process. And in model making terms, it is no different, because it just means we have to you have to just get through all these wheels. So I'm slowly getting through them. I just remove them off their sprues. They are a bit basic. There are big injection pin marks inside the inner faces of the wheels, but I don't really care if you're not going to see it, because Airfix had the common sense to hide them in the inner faces, so I'm not going to fault them for that. So I'm just going to remove them. I'm not in the humour now to clean them up. I kind of want to try. Where is it? Yeah, now bear with me, gents. Yeah, I want to try this Fleho's Surface Primer German Dark Yellow, the Dunkelglab, Glab, 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 Glab. the basically RAL 7028. Dunkelglab or Glab. I used to be able to, I should be able to speak German, as long as I did 2 years of it in college, but as you can tell, my German skills require, there's a lot to be desired with them, so I don't want to offend any of my German friends. So I'm going to stop. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just test spray it on this to see how it comes out, because I want to use this on my Brumbar as well. So I'm just going to put these away and then we'll do a bit of spraying. So back in a moment. I know there's a lot of stops and starts in this video, but I don't want to just kind of babble and kind of, because I keep chopping and changing myself. So okay, welcome back. So we're just going to try out the Vallejo Surface Primer in the Dunkelglab. I don't know. I should be able to say it. The dark yellow, the German armor primer. So just a few drops of Ultimate Tinner. I have tinned it quite a bit, as you can see, because I don't want it to pool on the Simmert. That's actually going to take upon the glove. So if anyone was paying attention to my last video, as in I just put it up there earlier today, I mentioned I was writing a book, so I actually got the first chapter done. So I sent it off to a few people, a few friends of mine, to proofread it and see what they think. It's only a short novel, so it's nothing too intense. Like, it'll probably expand into something much bigger over the next weeks and months, but we'll see. I won't really do anything too crazy about it until I hear back from them. Don't claim to be a particularly good writer, but I do enjoy it. So just spraying this down, it goes down quite nice, but that's also down to the tinner. So I'm just kind of applying very lightly, being careful not to let it build. I think I actually have a little bit too much tinner in it. So yeah, I'm just going to, yeah, there we go. It is kind of cooling in little places. I'm still going to get used to tinning my paints. Now this apparently can be shot out airbrush or splashed out airbrush with no thinner, but I wouldn't really recommend it, especially on this scale. So the best trick to do is to let it build in very thin layers. I've let it cool in certain areas, but it shouldn't be a problem because it's still quite thin. So yeah, as you can see, it's a nice colour to it. It's not as pale as light colours. Light colours, Dunkelglab is very, very pale. So actually, I like this. This looks more warmer, and in my mind, that looks nicer in the scale. I don't like. I don't really like my Dunkelglabs to look. I know I'm probably saying that really wrong, but shoot me. I'm probably saying that really wrong, but I don't care. I like my Panzer Yellow, if you will, to have a bit of warmth to it. It just looks nice in the scale, you know. Like I'm all about detail as much as the next man, but it's also it's your personal preferences. This is an art in the end, and I build representations, not replicas. So I don't really care if it's a little bit too warm or a little bit too dark, as long as I actually like it. So I can clash with more of the perfectionists. I won't even call them rivet counters, because they're not. Like, they're just perfectionist model makers, you know what I mean? And once we understand each other, there's never a problem, you know? I mean, everybody's a little bit different in how they build, you know? Just apply a little bit more into this, just see how this sprays. I really need to buy a smaller needle. I've been meaning to do it for a while, but I kind of don't have the pocket money to do so. Well, I do, but it's being redirected elsewhere. So I probably won't be able to buy a new needle for some time. So yeah, I still think I should get Aaron Newland to get him on board. It's only take a few minutes of his time to do a reading, because his voice is bloody unreal. I love the sound of his voice. It is so cool. He just has one of those really articulate, passionate engaging voices, you know. I wish I had something like that, you know. And also like being like a top-notch model maker helps as well, you know. I was watching one of these, I really enjoy his videos, and I didn't really comment on the discussion he had with photo etch and resin because I kind of I agree with him, but I kind of spiraled off and ranted a little bit about it too much, and I think everybody else had made the point, so there was no real point. There's no point. So, but I really like the fact that he's trying to. He's young lads. Oh, Kieran, I think he's young lads. Yeah. He'd be in senior infants and our equivalent, kind of kindergarten type lads, and how they're trying to introduce them to the hobby. I think that is a very noble thing, and I wish you all every success with that, my friend. Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It was very. I liked all the consideration you'd put into it. You know, what was safe, what wasn't. Maybe another thing that you want to do if you're a little bit worried about safety and all that, get some of the older class kids, as in, say your 8, 10, 9-year-olds, so that'll be your 5th and 6th class lads. If you brought in a few of those who were on the teacher's recommendations, who were who were keen on it themselves, and were mature enough that they could kind of keep an eye on, as in, to help out and do some of the other work themselves, whereas, you know what I mean, because ideally you want, say, for every X amount of students under a certain age, you want X amount of adults with them, but they could make that up. And also might get some people who are a little bit older into the hobby as well. So that's just a thought there, mate. But either way, I think it's a very, very noble thing he's doing, and I wish him every success, because they are the future of our hobby after all, you know. And like there are some young lads model making. You know, I mean, I wouldn't even call them young lads, because they're all in their teens, like, but just like Alex and oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot the other lad's name. I keep wanting to say Frankie Day because he shares the same surname as him. But oh my god, I'm so sorry, my friend. So yeah, so all best luck to that, my friend. I really hope that works out now. You never know, you actually might be able to get other classes into it, you know. I know it's not quite model making, but I was thinking maybe if you tried the snap together kits, like those Star Wars kits maybe. You know what I mean? Because they're pre-built, they're pre-painted. All I have to do is cut them out, the spurs, and snap them together. Now I know that isn't the same as building the model, you know. So like, it depends on what you're going for. I know what you're trying to do is actually introduce them to the hobby properly, as in where they just put together the model, build it any way they like. At the end of the day, they're there to enjoy themselves. You know, we're not trying to create crazy detail stuff here. We're just actually just trying to teach some children what the hobby's about. So yeah, it's a really cool idea. You know, I know some people who've done it in Britain, like some lads online as well have done that, and they always seem to get good results. I know that Airfix, if you go onto their website, they do school packages. I don't know if you really check that out, man, but I would recommend you have a look there. So, as you can see, it's a nice colour, I like it. I'm slowly building it up. It's a bit fragile, but it should go down quite nicely. So I'm just going to clean out my airbrush, and I'm going to call this video quits now. I know it's been a bit quick, bit of everything in it, but now we're kind of getting to the fun part where I get to paint up this lovely little model. So I love tigers. I'm more of a king tiger than I am a tiger one, but still, they're still deadly looking vehicles. So I'm going to let you go. Have a great night. Enjoy what's left of your Sunday evening. It's early Monday morning here. So I'm going to go to bed. Have a great night, lads. Stay safe, look after each other, watch out for those buses as always, and I will talk to you all very soon.